questions.
Okay, so we're going to start with Sky Sports News and Kim, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Unbeaten in September with some really good results, particularly away at Chelsea and at home to Manchester United. Are you happy with the direction that your team is going in generally, and how important is it to get that first win on the board?
Yes, it's of course it's important to have these results, to be unbeaten, but it's all the results were, let's say, a little bit more fight than we wanted to have more a playing style, but it was more fight, and this is what is very positive, that the team could get back at Chelsea, could get back against Leicester, and then also played a much better second half against Man United. And that was now, of course, we talked about the Man United game this week, and then when we watched many clips, and then we recognized this is our first common training week with this group. The first week at the end of September, so I experienced a lot in football, but I never experienced having the first complete training week with your squad end of September. And so maybe, and that's me, we expected a little bit too much how far they are already. And then we could see against Man United that there were some unclarities. Yeah, during the game, we showed patterns we don't want to show, and this is our, and especially my job, that it gets clear for the players, and then we started and we used this first week together, to show it on video, to work on the pitch, because it would be easy to show one video and that's it. So then you can go everywhere, show a video, and everybody improves. And so now we have to work on the pitch. We increased the training intensity. We increased, what we demanded from the players, and so it gives us confidence that we also can fight to get the results. And now it's not always just to fight. Yes, it's the basic, and this we will need at Goodison Park. Definitely, against a very physical team, a very direct team, and then improving our patterns in possession, improving our patterns out of possession, that it's clear for any player.
And you mentioned that first complete training week. Does that mean that both Matheus Franca and Trevor Chalobah have been training this week and they're available for selection?
They are available, but Franca will not be in the squad after it was his first complete week with us after, I think it's almost 6 months, so it would be unfair to him to be in the squad. So, but he did well. He feels well. He has no problems. Trevor will be in the squad. He's available. So also we lost Chris Richards this week, so he is not available for the next weeks. He has a hamstring injury. But the other players who were available, so it's still Doucoure and Riad who can't play. And but the others had a good week. And we go with confidence into Liverpool.
And a picture yesterday emerged on social media of the full Palace squad. There was one notable omission in Rob Holding. I wonder if you can tell us a little bit more about that and whether we can expect to see him in a Palace shirt again.
Oh, there are no news. I think we talked about it, and I responded when I was asked. So Rob knows it. Rob is training with the under-21, and so he will stay there, and that's why he wasn't on the picture.
And in terms of the team and the overall play over the last few weeks, do you think Ismaila Sarr has done enough to warrant a start? And if he does, would you then have to pick between one of Eddie Nketiah or Mateta, or do you think they can all three play together?
Oh, they can all three play together, and also with Epps. So I think it's possible. I don't know if it's possible right now. As I said, with 1 week, and also Ismaila had to couldn't train on Wednesday. Was not so serious, but he had pain on his ankle. But yes, he had great impact in every single game when he came on the pitch, and he gives us a lot of directness, a lot of space, a lot of power in the box. But also JP has our confidence because he scored many goals. He already scored 4 goals this season for us in, I think, in 7 games now. So it's absolutely okay. And then it's important that our players, our attacking players, get chances. So we had chances against Man United as well, with Eze twice and with Eddie Nketiah, with Ismail Sarr. So we have several options, and we will need several options to win at Everton.
And just the final one for me on Adam Wharton. He's obviously been struggling a little bit with injury. He's also had 4 different midfield partners in the Premier League so far. Is that one area where you think you haven't quite found the right mix in that centre midfield?
It's not to find the right mix. It's to adjust what's going on with the players. So when we had once Will Hughes was sick, so he couldn't play. We had Jeff Lerma coming back with some issues where he was not available with his toe, with his knee. We had Daichi Kamada at the beginning. We also needed him playing on the 10, and so it's just. Natural part that we have here several options, and we also decided to rotate a little bit when we had 3 games. Like last week, like Jeff Lerma, he came back playing twice. He was injured at the end of or before the international break. He was injured. He couldn't play for us at Chelsea, but then he went to Colombia and played twice 90 minutes there. And then coming back, it just makes no sense. And we see it now. Many players who play for their national teams injure, and so it's our responsibility, because the players always say, yes, I can play, I want to play, but I think it's our responsibility to look at it in detail, to talk with the doctor, and then to take a decision. And this is also then sometimes they need a rotation, like Daichi Kamada is the same. He played, he was in Japan, then they played in Bahrain, 37 degrees. He was, 40 hours in the plane, arriving 2 days before the Leicester game, and then he was on the bench. So it's just, we have to take this responsibility that the players stay healthy.
Thank you. Yeah. Good seeing you. Good afternoon. I was wondering what you said from the players. Obviously, the performances, as you mentioned, overall have been very positive, but without the reward, you won the most, the Premier League win. What do you sense from the players?
I think the performances were okay. I think they were not that well. They were okay. We still know that we can and we have to improve in parts of the game. But what we always showed is a great character, and we showed a great desire to get a point, to come back, and not to lose a game. So at the moment, it looks like it's tough to beat us, but it's also tough for us to win the game. And this is the next step we want to go. And therefore, we have to work hard in the training. We did it this week, and then the win will come.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. This weekend will be your first time managing in the Premier League at Goodison Park. It's going to be your last time in the Premier League managing them, because it's their last season. It's a very iconic stadium in English football. Does it add another element of emotion from your personal perspective going there for the first time?
Managing a team is the first time, but this was the first time I watched from the stand, knowing 2 days later I will be here and train them. So yes, it's a very traditional stadium, great atmosphere, very loud, very enthusiastic fans. But we know there will be many Crystal Palace supporters who will support us, and this we will need tomorrow for sure. I think we know what we can expect from the game. They have a clear style how they play, as I mentioned, very direct, very physical. Calvert-Lewin as a target player, quick wingers going into 1-1 situation, crosses from everywhere off the pitch, very threatening in set place. And this is how they scored many goals. They had a 2-0 lead against Bournemouth, they had a 2-0 lead against Aston Villa, they had the lead at Leicester. But at the end, they never brought the lead over the finishing line, and so. But we know they have a lot of power in their attacking style, but also they have some weaknesses in their defense to give you some spaces. And this is, of course, we have to neutralize their strengths, but we also have to use our chances and opportunities to score goals.
because both teams haven't won yet in the Premier League, would you describe this game as a 6-pointers? You must win.
I have to ask, if you get 6 points, if we win there, then it's a 6-pointer. Otherwise, it's a 3-pointer.
For the first time in Premier League history, 6 clubs are still without a win after 5 games. Do you think it's an indication of perhaps how the competition is even more intense and how it's even more challenging nowadays to be around the mid-table area?
Well, yes, we could see this year the ambition of many clubs, and when we see the investments they did, Brighton, I think they were 11th or 12th last season, investing a lot of money. We could see West Ham wearing 9th in the table, investing a lot of money. So, and I don't talk about the top 6 or 7. And Aston Villa, investing a lot of money after reaching the Champions League. So there are many very ambitious clubs, and they showed it by their investments. And but we are also very ambitious. Yeah, we know that we had a great window. So let's say if we are critical with us, maybe a little bit late. So that means that we have to build the group and the style we want to play a little bit later than we wanted. But just look at the results last weekend. Every game is very tight. Every team can win it, regardless if it's away or at home. And even I watched during the week, I watched the cup game Liverpool against West Ham, and it was very, very tight until the red card. So it could have been a 2-2, but then it was 3-1 red card, and then it was clear at the end. The result looks clear, but the game was very tight. So both teams, and every team has the quality to score a goal in any single game in different ways. But every team has a good squad, has a good manager. So it's challenging, yes.
Thank you. Okay, Rachel.
Oliver, just speaking of firsts, obviously you've got the women's team playing at Selhurst Park for the first time tonight, first top flight home match for Laura Kaminsky, and I saw you had a group photo together with both the men's team and the women's team. Just a little bit maybe on that experience, and do you have any advice for Laura going into that first Selhurst Park match on top flight? Yeah,
we talked about it when we had to wait until everybody was in the right position. We talked about it, and they had the first game last weekend, and she told me, now playing at Selhurst against Chelsea, and I said yes, but and it is what you wanted, you got promoted, you deserved it to get promoted, and now enjoy it, and it's challenging, yes, everybody knows, but it's enjoy it, because if you reach something you always want, if you achieve something you always wanted to achieve, then be happy. Not be worried. So because you never want to achieve a situation to be worried. So then it is to enjoy and make the best out of it. And this is what I told her. Enjoy playing at Selhurst. Enjoy playing against the best teams, women's teams in England. And then it's sports. And then you get the result.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks a lot. That's the end of the broadcast section. Andy, we'll go to you.